Welcome to another episode of Who's Your Nerds podcast.
Back.
You got Chris, and Mikey should be joining later. He's probably eating dinner or something. Or he's working still. One of the three.
Yeah.
Anyways, we're back.
Doing something else. We're back.
It's been what, 2 weeks now?
2 whole weeks.
2 whole weeks.
I know that they've missed us. The 6 people that listen to us.
Are you sure about that?
I mean, they might not have. They're might good. Maybe they'll go away. But no, we will not go away.
We're like a bad case of syphilis.
That's right. Yeah, we're just screaming herpes. There's always one little pimple around.
There's always that one left over. It's pimple. Not that I have any knowledge, but I did take a couple health classes. Anyways, I went to Disney. I'm just gonna start with that, if that's okay.
Chris went to Disney. Yeah, go ahead. That's fine.
Oh wow! Thank you for the intro there, Chris.
Everybody, Chris went to Disney.
I know.
Did you get free candy and molested?
No, I didn't. No one even offered me free candy. I'm sad.
That's terrible. What a shitty Disney trip.
I know.
You get candy or molested.
I got neither. All that happened was I got blisters on my feet, and I swear I'll never drive through Atlanta again. Until my next trip, in a couple weeks. Not a couple weeks, but a couple years.
That's the thing, right? How bad do you want to go to Disney? How is all roads go through Atlanta,
Well, there is a way to go around Atlanta. You kind of go through
the 95.
Yeah, but it adds an hour and a half, 2 hours.
Does it really?
Yeah, in the long run, it's probably not a bad thing. Like an hour and a half, 2 hours, you're not going to really care that much. But at the same time, it adds an hour and a half, 2 hours. But you don't have to go through Atlanta. I think the biggest city is like Charlotte.
Yeah, but I look at it this way. I can take 2 different ways to get to Florida, right? Because I can take 65 straight down, right, to Nashville.
Oh God.
Or I can take 70 to or 74 to 75. Cincinnati to 75, right?
Yeah.
And it might be, I think it says an hour longer, maybe less, to go on 75. But the time you lose in Louisville and Nashville combined, it's just as fast, if not faster, to go to Cincinnati.
So I've never had an issue driving through Louisville. Nashville, I've had more issues driving through Nashville than I have through Atlanta. Both times we drove through, every time I've driven through Nashville, I've stopped. I've been stopped on the highway.
Mm-hmm.
Atlanta, I'm 50-50. Both times we went down to Atlanta. Both times we drove through Atlanta going south towards Florida. We got right through. Like last time and this time. This time I was driving 90 miles per hour through that city, and I was still getting past like it was nothing.
It depends on what time you hit it.
We hit it at lunchtime. It was like, it might have been like 10, 11 o'clock, something like that.
That's if it's any time past 9 a.m., you're good.
See, on the coming back, should I do it chronologically or talk about? I'll talk about it on the way back. So on the way back, we left Disney about 7 a.m. A little later than we wanted to, but oh well, we're here. We made it home.
You take the turnpike to 75.
Yes, took the turnpike to 75 and straight up from there.
Right.
So I drove from Disney to probably about 30 minutes, hour into Georgia. And I let Kimberly drive. I told her she didn't want to drive. I offered to drive through Atlanta. I was like, let me rest up. So we stopped just before Atlanta, swapped out. I looked at the gas. I was like, should we get gas? And I looked at the map and I was like, no, the map looks good right now. Like if we leave right now, there's no red on the map. We can get right through Atlanta, and I can get gas on the other side of Atlanta. As soon as we got to Atlanta, red. There was a crash just as we got back on the interstate, so it was red. We got through that. There was more red after about 20 minutes on the road. Um, then we got through that, and the GPS on our phones decided to take us off the highway. It legitimately took us off the 75 onto the 460, not 465, but whatever their version of that's called, towards the airport. And then it took us straight through downtown pretty much. Like we were going through the ghetto for some reason.
So wait a second. It didn't keep you on 75?
No, because 75 was red from the north side of Atlanta to the south side of Atlanta. It was red all the way through. It was an extra hour
Okay,
almost.
so they took you to the bypass?
They took us to the bypass to a
But
road
which
through the
side did you
city.
take?
Let me look
Did
at
you
the
go
map and see if I
east
can.
or west?
We went towards the airport off of 75, if that helps.
Well,
But
the airport's south.
okay, hold on. I'm pulling up my I'm Google mapping this.
I'm Google mapping it too because I want to see where you're at.
So we got off Atlanta.
You take 285 around
We took 285 uh
west.
west,
Ooh, that's bad.
and then took us off on 29.
29.
Yeah,
What are you doing on
right there past.
29?
Don't know. It took us off on 29 and took us through Atlanta back to 20 and then 20 back to 75.
Holy crap! You're
And we
supposed to
were
go
out of
take it.
gas.
So
We
you
were
could have
out of
taken
gas in
85.
the middle of Atlanta, and I've never felt so out of place than I
Yeah,
was
you always
downtown
get
Atlanta.
gas. Yeah, I get gas in south of Atlanta.
Well, I know that now. But no,
Yes.
we thought we could make it through because it looked fine. But it took us. We were at the. I was at one gas station and it wasn't pumping, and it was getting real busy around there, and some hood stuff was going on around me. So we packed up and left. We had a pee real bad, so there was like a Wendy's
I mean,
nearby.
if you can get north of downtown, you're not. It's not. That's kind of neighborhoody.
Well, the thing was, is like it was like it was like nice, and then it was like ghetto. Then it was nice, and then it was ghetto. And of
Mm.
course, right where you could get back on the interstate where I needed gas, it was ghetto. And if this tells you how ghetto it was, there was a guy they were barbecuing outside the 7-Eleven or the what was the gas station? Was it 7-Eleven? No, it was a Shell. They were barbecuing outside the Shell.
Okay.
If that tells you how ghetto it was.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying it was bad people or anything. It's people living their lives, but I felt like a cracker Yankee in the
Oh,
middle of
you are a cracker Yankee,
in the
so
middle of Atlanta.
that's funny.
But the sad thing is, it wouldn't be a road trip for me and Kimberly unless something weird like that happened.
I mean, I've been stuck in Atlanta. It just happens. I usually don't hit traffic until, for some reason, every time I go through there, I do not hit traffic until I hit the south side.
For
I
me,
don't know why.
every time I've gone through Atlanta, it's always coming back north is when we hit the traffic. But I think it's just when we leave. Like this time we hit Atlanta, so I texted you the Friday night.
Mhm.
We didn't even make it to Chattanooga before it was 1 o'clock. There was that much traffic. I never got above. So from Cincinnati to like Chattanooga, we never got above like 60 on the interstate. It was that
Jeez,
packed.
really?
Yeah, it was raining. It was bumper to bumper traffic. It was nuts. I was getting ready to like just
That's
freak
nuts.
out.
Yeah, see, I always hit traffic. It didn't used to. Well, the theory back in the day, like, because we used to come up every year for the race. We would come up a couple times a year from Florida, right? So we
Hmm.
always drove through Atlanta. And for a while, you could get clear to the airport before you would start hitting any kind of traffic.
Hmm.
Now, It's clear down into Madonna and Locust Grove. I broke down in Locust Grove one time. There was nothing there. It was a gas station and a hotel, and that was it.
Well, hell, now there's traffic from Macon all the way to Atlanta.
Pretty much, yes.
Like they need like a 4-lane interstate between Macon and Atlanta at this point. It's so busy.
Yeah, but you could used to now. Yeah, now you get to Atlanta, like you hit traffic in Atlanta, you're stuck in traffic all the way. Like I said, and then even coming back, once you get to the airport, it kind of thinned out as you the further south you went.
Mhm.
It's not like that anymore.
No, it's not. You're in traffic from basically from the Carterville in the north to maybe Indian Village, all the way
Hmm.
south
All
to
the way to
basically
Macon.
Macon.
Yeah. Yep. I agree. It's
But
crazy.
other than that, the trip was really fun. So we got there the first day. We got there Saturday. We got there Saturday. We left Friday after I got off work at 4:30,
And you
and
drove to where? Chattanooga?
Chattanooga. We stopped in Chattanooga. I wanted to stop just south of Atlanta. Like I timed it out that we could get through Atlanta about 1-2 o'clock, and we could stop just south of Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
But 1-2 o'clock, we weren't even to Chattanooga yet. So we stopped in
Oh,
Chattanooga.
because that's what.
Um,
Okay, that's what it was. Because you
stopped
know
yeah, stopped in Chattanooga. We got all the way to Ocala. Not
that's
oh
7 hours.
yeah, we got all the way to Ocala about 3 o'clock. Stopped traffic for about an hour. We
Yeah,
didn't get to Disney until about 5. We have a dinner. We went to the steakhouse at the Contemporary for dinner. Oh my
that place
god,
is good. I've ate there.
that is I
You
had
could cut
filet
the steak with
mignon,
a butter knife.
dude. I had filet mignon. That thing melted in my mouth. It was so good. We had so let me start. We got dining plan. We had each day we had for each of us we had one sit down token for each day. We had one snack. I think it was one snack and one uh quick service, or like think drive through when you think quick service. Um so that meal alone at that steakhouse would have been 160 over $160 if we didn't have that dining plan. Mikey, if you guys ever go to Disney, get the dining plan. Get one of the Disney dining plans. It's worth it in the end.
That ain't
You might.
Mikey. That
Oh, that's Tim's here.
that's
Okay,
Tim.
well, Tim, if you ever go, and whoever's listening, but no, you're not, you're not gonna. I don't think we got our. I don't think we one for one got our money out of it. It cost however much. I don't think we hit that much, but in the ease of the mind, it really helped because I wasn't worried about, well, I really
Is
want
it's
this
paid for,
$20.
right?
It's paid for. It's Disney math. It's free. I already paid for this.
Just keep it.
I don't have to worry about this, $30 steak I'm about to buy. It's already paid for.
Right.
But no, that place was really good. That was probably the best steak I've ever had. That filet mignon.
Yeah,
And
that's
then
a
I
good
got
steak.
asparagus, which was really good. But I wish I got the mashed. She got mashed potatoes. Wish I got the mashed potatoes, but the asparagus was really good. And she got a New York strip, which was really good. I tried a bit of that.
That's where we went. And the woman had a. We took the kids when the kids were little,
Hmm.
and the waitress had a great big fat mole on her face.
Oh my god.
And we had just seen Austin Powers, right?
Mole mole mole.
Mole, mole, mole. Well, when a kid with Down syndrome sees a mole, it starts going, mole, mole, mole.
Oh no.
Yeah, that really happened. That is not made up. That is a true story. He's like, what? He wants a Sprite. It's like, you can't say that. Why not? She's got a big mole.
Oh
That's
my
where that
god.
that's where that happened, was at the steakhouse there at the
Contemporary.
Contemporary.
Um.
Good choice. That's a great place. A great place to eat.
Yeah. So we stayed at the All Star Movies. Honestly, great resort.
Hmm.
Just far away from everything. But that's what you
Yes.
get for staying in the cheap ones.
Right.
Well, quote unquote cheap. Um. Then day one. So first day we rope dropped. We got park hopper. So I'll start with that. So the first day we did Magic Kingdom, and we rode Everest 3 or 4 times that day.
That's an Animal Kingdom.
Yep, we started at Animal Kingdom. That was our first park.
Oh, you just rope dropped at Animal Kingdom?
Yes, because our theory was everybody's doing the first park as Magic Kingdom.
They always do. That's true.
So we're going to go to Animal Kingdom because it's probably the least popular or one of the least popular resorts or places. So we did Animal Kingdom, and then we did the Navi River ride, the Avatar. I'm glad we Genie Plused it because I would have been disappointed if I would have waited in an hour line for that ride. Think Pirates. It's just a Pirates, but Avatar.
It's Pirates of the Caribbean, but it's Avatar?
Yeah.
Ugh, what a waste.
Uh-huh. And then we did the Lion King show, which was really good, and then the Nemo, the Finding Nemo show, which was really good. And then
I took a nap in the Finding Nemo show.
Well, I like Finding Nemo is one of my favorite movies.
Well, it's mine too, but I still fell asleep in it.
Well, I could have fallen asleep too if I closed my eyes. Let's put it that way. Um, sorry, I got the crud from Disney. Then we park hopped over to Magic Kingdom where we had a snack. We rode the train around the park a couple times because that's so chill. Just ride the train around. And then we did Pirates of the Caribbean.
I love Pirates of the Caribbean.
And then we had dinner at what's the name of that restaurant? Tony's Town Square Italian restaurant.
Where's that at?
That's at Magic Kingdom downtown Magic Kingdom.
Okay.
Right there where the flag is and like the parades go around and out.
Oh, okay.
It's right there. We sat there and there was a parade that came through.
Oh.
So we were sitting. We sat outside at our table and watched. It was just marching bands, like high school bands, but it's fun.
The marching band through. Okay.
Yeah, so the marching bands came through and that was fun. Day 2, we rope dropped Epcot. Epcot, we rope dropped Test Track. Test Track is overrated as hell. It might be because it's old and they're actually shutting it down to revamp it. But I really thought Test Track was overrated.
It's
and
not
everybody was hyping it up.
Fun.
I don't know. Maybe I'm spoiled with better roller coasters from like
It's Epcot. It's not going to be anything outrageous.
It just wasn't like it was supposed to go fast, but it's like I accelerate better in my car. Like I have more fun accelerating in my car.
Whatever, dude. Probably like the Frozen ride though, didn't you?
I did like the Frozen ride. So I'll get to that. So we did a virtual queue. Do you know what the virtual queues are?
No.
So basically with the new rides, they're so stinking popular that they have to do virtual queues where they don't do the standby lines. You have to like at 7 o'clock, at 1 o'clock, you get a time. You have to be there to stand in line. So it's kind of like Genie Plus, but it's for the regular virtual. It's like a regular standby line. Instead of having like 3 hour standing wait time, they just you come here at 8 o'clock. So we did the Guardians of the Galaxy ride, and that is probably my new favorite roller coaster, Guardians of the Galaxy. Cosmic Rewind. That thing is so good. It's so much fun. And then of course, Soarin' is always good there. We did
Soarin' is the best ride.
We did the Frozen Ever After ride in the Norway Pavilion. It was like a 2 hour wait, but it shut down, and we were walking past as they opened, so we were like, "Let's go." We went right into it.
Of the Frozen ride?
Yeah, we still had like a 40-minute wait.
I haven't been there since it was like the Netherlands ride.
It still is Netherlands, but they revamped it too, of course. But then we just walked around the world. We started in Canada. We got coffee. We got our first like things to eat in France. We got a cheese croissant, and that thing was really good. In Japan, we got some candy and some sake. That sake is dangerous. And then we got some ramen, and that ramen was really good. In America, we got some barbecue, which wasn't that good, honestly.
Well, you don't go to Disney to get barbecue.
No, but you'd think they'd have good barbecue, being America in the pavilion
No.
in the World Showcase.
No.
I would shit my pants after every single one of those meals.
You go to freaking you got to go out to Claremont or DeLand to go over to get some barbecue. You don't go to Disney Park to get barbecue.
No, that was just
Especially
where
in
we
the
were when it was
South.
lunchtime. We were getting hungry.
Go to Sonny's Barbecue and get barbecue.
Okay, I'll remember that next time. Then we went to next is Italy. In Italy, we've got wine. We love that wine in Italy. It's so good. And then in Germany,
They all sound like just a bunch of alcoholics.
hey, you don't go to Epcot not to drink. Epcot is not a kids park anymore, really. China and in China, we ate at the restaurant there. That was our dinner. Made me shit my pants. I basically ran from China all the way to Norway to the bathrooms and almost shit my pants halfway there.
Did you make Kimberly stand in front of the Animal Kingdom sign so it says Anal Kingdom?
No, I didn't. I didn't think about that.
Ah.
And then in Mexico, we had some margaritas. And then day three was our rest day. We drove to her cousin lives out near Cape Canaveral, so we drove out there. And I've met her cousin and her family. And as we were running, Kimberly wants me to remind you, or reminded me to tell you guys that as we were running to the bathroom, she was yelling "emergency, emergency" and making siren sounds because she was tipsy.
Where'd you
making
go?
fun of me.
Did you go to Cocoa or Titusville or?
No, I'm trying to think of it's like a new town. It's
a new town.
It's Melbourne. Melbourne
is not a new town.
It's no, but she's like on the very outskirts of it where they're building up. Think like not Castleton, Carmel, Westfield. It's like fancy. Like her rent is like $2,700
It's pronounced Melbourne.
Oh well.
All I can think of like ESPN analysts.
Melbourne, Florida. Yeah, it's over on the coast. Yeah. Yeah, Melbourne, Palm Bay. Yeah, I know where
you're at. So then the next day we did what's it called?
Each other.
Yeah, Hollywood Studios. We did Hollywood. And we didn't rope drop it correctly. We got there late. We were going through security at the park opens at I think 8 is rope drop, and we got there. We were walking through security at 8:05, so we were running late that day. We were gonna rope drop Tower Terror, but by the time we got there, it was like a 90-minute wait.
I love that ride. It's so much fun.
We went over to the Smuggler's Run, the one of the new Star Wars rides.
Oh yeah.
When we did it when we first went there 2 years ago. It's a 6-person ride where there's 2 people. One is captain, co-pilot, 2 gunners, and 2 engineers. Well, we got there at the wrong time because there's so many big groups around us. So they just put us in there by ourselves. So we got put with a group of people this time, and it was really fun.
So, what did you get to be?
I was the engineer. Every time
that ain't no fun.
No, it was actually pretty fun. I was having a lot of fun back there, clicking buttons and stuff. It was fun. I wasn't being watched by everybody as the captain crashing into stuff. That kid did not know how to fly.
Does anybody know how to fly
that, buddy?
Nobody told him the numbers either, or the odds.
Nobody told him the odds, really.
No. And then we in the morning we bought this virtual queue for. So I don't know if you've been there since, but Disney now has for the popular rides in the parks, you can buy a spot on the ride. It's called an individual lightning lane. So we spent $50.
It's like
we spent $50 on top of the GD Plus to buy a spot on Rise of the Resistance.
Yo, if they
that ride was so good.
If they had a South Park amusement park, I'd be there.
I would too.
Yeah, but remember, Cartman was selling like line
Cartman.
rides. They were selling. He was
Yeah.
selling line passes, then passes for line passes. That's the same thing.
Lines. I hate lines.
So
Um.
did you go to Disney Springs?
Yeah. We went there. When did we go there? We went there one day. Um. We went there after. So we went to Animal Kingdom, Magic Kingdom, and then that first day we went there. Um. She she forgot to bring a shirt, so we found the one Lightning McQueen shirt while we were there, and then I bought a shirt.
How did she forget a shirt?
Yeah,
She just
like I
forgot.
said.
She put it like on the bed and forgot to put it in her bag.
So she was shirtless.
Yeah.
Is what I'm getting.
No, she forgot to pack that shirt that she wanted for her outfit.
Oh, okay. I'm like,
Um,
here's Tiffany walking around Disney, no fucking top
she would
on.
fit
Jesus
right
Christ.
in. There's so many people in there. I look at them, I can see their boobs.
Yeah, because it's
Like,
Florida. Welcome to Florida, man.
yeah, but it's like a kids park. I don't want to be seeing like your tits
It's not
hanging
a
out.
it's not a kid's
It's
park.
not a kids' park anymore.
Not anymore. They've taken over.
I know the
So
influencers
did you eat
ruined
at
it.
downtown Disney then?
No, because we got there about an hour before it closed, and we just kind of like ran through real quick. We kind of so I'm not blaming her cousin or her aunt for this, but that rest day
Right.
was the day we were supposed to go there, but we were in at her aunt's place or her cousin's place until like 8 at night. So by the
So
time we got
no
back, it was too
no
late.
Ghirardelli ice cream.
No Guy's famous chicken. Oh, I was gonna say on our rest day we had a breakfast, and that breakfast we went to the Polynesian. Oh my God, the
Oh,
Polynesians.
Polynesian's got a good restaurant.
What's it called?
They got good breakfast.
What's their restaurant called?
I don't know.
Ohana. Ohana was probably the
It's
best
You
breakfast.
famous.
want to
Oh, it's so good.
lick it on
It's
my hiney or something like that?
I got a picture with Stitch. Lilo was taking her time, so I couldn't get a picture with Lilo. And then for the fireworks the last day at Magic Kingdom, we were at the Crystal Palace eating dinner.
Oh, that place is good too.
And then we rode Tron. Tron is a great roller coaster. Little overhyped, but it's really fun.
Well, did you ride the Runaway Train? Was the Runaway
Yep,
Train?
the Runaway Train was really fun. So I'm gonna list my top 3 rides at Disney now. Number 1, Guardians. Number 2, Mickey's Runaway Railroad, and number 3, Tron. Those are my favorite 3 rides at Disney now.
Was Haunted Mansion closed or open?
It was open. We did Haunted Mansion. They had all the updates from the new movie that came out.
Oh, God, so they've ruined it.
Kimberly was not happy with it.
Why they gotta do shit like that?
I don't
Just
know.
leave
I
the ride alone.
understand. I
No,
understand them
there's
updating
nothing to
it,
understand.
but
Just leave the ride alone.
well, they're updating Test Track now, and it definitely needs it because it's a piece of shit.
Well, it's like 50 years old. I don't know. Actually, I don't know how long it is, but
I don't know how old it is either. I know everybody just talked it up, and I was so
it's
excited to ride it.
fun. I enjoy it. I always like Soarin' better, but it was a good
Soarin'
ride.
is so much fun. I could ride Soarin' all
Do they
day long.
still have Mission Space?
They do.
That ride sucks ass. I don't know how people die on that ride.
People died on that ride.
Yeah,
Ugh, I wish I could have
like
died on that
people
ride.
were dying on that ride, and we went and we was like, God, I hope I don't die. And then we got off of it. It was kind of lame.
They probably already had like heart issues or something. Let's be honest.
Well, probably.
How about it was a pretty fun Disney trip. If you definitely I still suggest going, but if you can, have some fun. Stay at a cheap resort like one of the All Stars, or if you want to spend a little extra, maybe Pop Century or Animation.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean those are good. We always took the kids there because they always did games and stuff around the pool. So That was a good pool day place. Place to have it for if you get kids. They do stuff like that.
Anyways, so I'll go ahead and talk about what I watched. So while I was at Disney and I would be like on Instagram waiting for the rides, I kept getting ads from Netflix for the Three Body Problem, their new show. That show is really good. So I'm not gonna spoil it, but basically it's just a mystery show and you're trying to figure out what's causing all these like science is broken and that they're trying to figure out like why is science broken and what's going on. And it's just a really good mystery. I don't know how to explain it without ruining anything. It's one of those.
What is this called?
The Three Body Problem.
Okay, yeah, don't ruin it.
No, it's a really good mystery. I highly suggest it. I'd give it like a 4 out of 5, maybe
Is
4.5
it a
out of 5.
TV show or
It's 8 episodes on Netflix.
Okay.
I could have watched it all in one day, but I broke it up between Saturday and Sunday.
How long are the episodes?
Problem is
45 to 50 minutes, maybe an hour. The Three Body Problem is basically if I tell you, it kind of ruins something.
No, I meant really. Do you know what it really is?
Isn't it about how three bodies are? You can't predict the movements of three bodies or something like that.
I knew we were friends for a reason.
Exactly. But no, what was I gonna say? Watch it. It's really good. I can't, if I say anything, it'll ruin the movie. It's
Then
one
don't
of those.
say it.
I'm not. Just watch it.
I'll try. If I can hack it, I can.
Well, pay attention because I need someone to talk to this about with this movie.
Sorry.
Anyways, so what Knotbusters do you have?
I don't have a Knotbuster. I did watch. I do have a Knotbuster, but I watched. I watched. Well, Mikey is on his way, so we'll wait because I know Mikey watched Roadhouse. Argyle.
Roadhouse.
I watched Argyle with Bryce Dallas Howard, which that's my kind of woman, Bryce Dallas Howard.
What is it about?
Now I know what to look for in a woman. She needs to look like Bryce Dallas Howard.
You want her to look like a man?
She does not look like a man.
Whatever you say.
She's hot. Anyway, so I watched that. It's got Bryce Dallas Howard, Henry Cavill as the Superman guy.
Henry Cavill.
The always awesome Sam Rockwell. Sam Rockwell is good in everything he's in. I swear to God. Bryan Cranston. It is the dumbest movie that makes no sense, or it's like impossible, but it's a lot of fun. So you just can't take it seriously. She plays a writer, and she writes these spy novels, and this spy novels turn out to be true. They end up coming true. So she gets caught up in wacky hijinks, and Samuel L. Jackson's in it too. I'm not going to spoil it, but it's a lot of fun. It's just a movie you don't take seriously. You can't take seriously. If you're taking it seriously, then it's not. It'll be stupid. Just enjoy it. Watch it and enjoy. But it's funny. There's a lot of funny parts in it. Henry Cavill's pretty funny in it. He plays Argyle, which is her character in the book. And his sidekick is played by John Cena. So it's a great movie. I really enjoyed it. Bryan Cranston's in it. Home Alone mom's in it too.
Home Alone mom.
Catherine O'Hara, she's in it. It's a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. That's a date movie because it's got action for the guy, and comedy, and it's got like a love story kind of that the women would like. It's a good chick. It's a good date movie. I would have, if I had a date, I would have taken her to this movie. But when you're a
Oh,
lonesome
Chris has a
recluse,
date.
when when you're a lonesome recluse like me that don't go nowhere, you find it online illegally and watch that way, like I did. So, but I do recommend it. It's a lot of fun. And then for my not buster, you thought the action park was dangerous. You should go to Aqua Slash.
Is it like I asked in the pre-show? Is it Slash playing his guitar underwater?
It is not. It is murders that happen at a water park. It's called the Wet Valley Water Park. And this group of teenagers from Valley Hills High School go to this
Always
park
teenagers.
after graduation, right? So it's stupid. So like in the middle of the night, somebody goes into one of the the water slides where the tubes are, right, and sets up these blades in an X, right? So so they're having these races to go down this water tube, this water slide, because there's like 3 different water slides,
Uh-huh.
So they're racing, and this guy's trying to warn them because he sees like the where the holes have been drilled out in this water tube, this just tube slide. And he's like, "Don't do it, you'll die. Don't do it." And nobody listens to him. So these girls, and there's like 3 or 4 girls in a row. It was 3. They go down in sets of 3, as I think it was. And the first group goes down and everything's fine and dandy. And the second group goes down to their tube and everything's fine. The third group goes down and they turn the corner and they see this X of blades right in front of them. And it just cuts them all to pieces. So they're down at the bottom, the catch pool, where you get down at a water slide. Mm-hmm. Blood starts coming down this tube, right? And then you see like a leg will come down, and then a head, and then a torso. And the other 2 people, that was just the lead girl. The other 2 people are dead because they've they've kind of stuck into the blades, right? Well, that's until the second set of people come running down. And the second set of people push them on through, so more body parts come pouring out and blood come pouring out the bottom of this slide. This is the stupidest movie I've ever seen. And it come to find out, I'm going to spoiler alert, one of the workers at the park ends up being the killer.
Oh my God! Why do you have to spoil it?
It is equal. It's only an hour and 12 minutes, so you don't feel like you've wasted your time. I would watch it again if I was with a group of people, just because it's that bad. It is on the Freevee app. It is called Aqua Slash. I mean, it still doesn't compare to Class Action Park as far as death and danger and dismemberment, but there was some dismemberment going on there. But here's the thing: I have never seen a high school with so many beautiful people. Every single guy is attractive. Every single girl is attractive. They all wear bikinis. They're all hot. So I've never seen that attractive of a high school.
Did they break into song?
Huh?
Are you sure you weren't watching High School Musical? They broke out into song.
It's like High School Music. Yeah, I mean it was. I mean they were all beautiful people. So watch
You're
it.
beautiful people, Chris.
Be right. Have you seen me? My look is called given up. That's the look I'm showing now. I'm sporting the give up look. These people do not have the give up look. These people are very pretty people, all of them.
Out of your tax bracket.
Yeah. But it's not horrible. I've seen worse.
You've watched a lot of bad movies, so
I have watched a lot of bad movies, and then there is one I want to watch. It's called but I haven't been able to yet because things happen. But that was my Aqua Slash. It came out in 2019. Thrills, chills, and screwball comedy meets tiny bikinis and gory dismemberment in this chlorine and blood-drenched murder mystery.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Mikey's here.
Oh, there we go. We can go.
I'm here. I can hear you.
Air Force One Down. That's the one I'm going to watch next. I saw it on an app that I watched. That's my next one I'm going to watch. A rookie agent aboard the hijacked Air Force One battle terrorists threatening the energy deal and the president. That's the one I'm going to watch next.
Not the president and the energy deal.
Yes.
Oh,
it's got
well,
Catherine McNamara. It's got Anthony Michael Hall's in it. Well, then we'll definitely have to check this out. I wonder if Evil dies tonight in this movie too.
I'm here, Chris. I'm hearing every other word. I'm hearing every other syllable. It's
You hear me now?
Yeah.
I saved Roadhouse, the new shitty Roadhouse movie, for you, Mikey.
I did watch it.
What are your thoughts on that?
I didn't mind it at all. You just have to go in there with a different lens than it's got some inspiration from the other one. I'm trying to feed my dogs right now. What is it? The Call of Duty 4 party
It's like
chat?
those people that are cleaning up their kitchen while trying to schedule a freaking.
It sounds like a COD 4 party chat, Chris.
I know. He's gonna start live streaming. I gotta mute it here soon.
So if it was called if it was something called other than Roadhouse, I probably wouldn't have minded.
Is it one of those things where it's kind of like the Mulan movie or a couple other movies where they have something to live up to, so they can't? It's not any good.
The problem was they called it Roadhouse. Is the problem?
Mm.
The only thing that makes it along with the first Roadhouse is that he gets hired to clean up a bar. But the bar happens to be called the Roadhouse.
Can I tell you something you're gonna be maybe a little upset about? I've actually never seen. I've never seen the original Roadhouse. All I know about Roadhouse is Family Guy.
Roadhouse is like one of the best epic 80s cheeseball movies you could ever watch.
All I know about Roadhouse is Family Guy.
How do you not watch Roadhouse, Chris?
I don't know. I just didn't.
You watch a silly sand movie, but you don't watch Roadhouse.
Dune is a masterpiece.
So is Roadhouse.
I think you're off your meds there, Chris.
No, it's on HBO Max. Your assignment for the week, Chris, to talk about next week is to watch the original Roadhouse.
I mean, is this any better? Hello?
Hi.
What?
Okay. I don't know what was wrong with my other one.
I was just kind of disappointed, and I didn't think Conor McGregor really added that much into it.
Dude, he was hilarious. No, like he's not the best actor. I don't think he was trying to be very good, but like every single scene he was just smiling the whole time.
Right.
It was so funny. Just like, hey, what's going on? Like he just fucking
hey, bobba boopy.
Yeah. So, like I said, you don't have to as I went into it, I've already seen a couple reviews, it wasn't the best. So what they said it wasn't the best and it wasn't very good at all and all that junk. I'm like, well, So I just went into it as like, okay, it's just a movie with inspiration from the original, and they're not trying to like copy it and just renew it, right? But so
It's
I think
essentially
that
an
one,
inspired by true events type of movie.
yeah,
Essentially, in that it was inspired by a movie, but it is not a straight up. I wouldn't say it's a remake.
they just modernized it, right? They just
Yes.
modernized the story. And then Jake Gyllenhaal, dude,
He's
ripped.
good in anything, though.
Fucking ripped though. He was.
Dude, is
I
he
like
not
Jake
ripped?
Gyllenhaal.
Holy crap!
He really took that seriously. I think the camera shots and the fighting that was really good. The way they filmed
I don't think
it.
he takes himself too seriously, and I think
No.
that's the way he seemed to play off that role.
Yeah.
I mean, he's good in it. I'm not taking his performance. He's really good in the movie.
Uh-huh.
But
I agree.
there's no when in the original Roadhouse, majority of the action takes place in the Roadhouse, where nothing takes place in the Roadhouse in this movie.
Except at the very end where they destroyed the place, but practically.
Spoilers.
And the band's not as the band in the original movie was too. Sorry, new band, whoever you want.
Yeah, I didn't like how they always switched the band. Every time they went to the Roadhouse, there was always a different one. But like in the original, it always had that one guy.
The Jeff Healey band, yes. But it was all right. It's just not. I mean, there's no freaking he got no guy to call like Sam Elliott. Like he's got no Wade Garrett.
No. Well, he
sadly.
Spoiler alert. he unalived his friend apparently.
Yes. And I'm sorry, but can we really take Post Malone as a UFC fighter?
Oh, that was him, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That was cool.
Are they trying to make Post Malone like a movie star now?
He's good in everything. I think he was good in the movie. He's good in everything he's in.
But that was the only part he was in was the intro. They were just
yes.
Kind of like
I was kind of hoping we'd see more of him. Like he was the guy that he would call to come for help. But
yeah, I thought so too. But he doesn't. Darn it. But I figured you would. I don't know. I if I'm comparing Roadhouse, it don't touch the old Roadhouse.
No, not at all. And I was kind of hoping for a good love scene like there was.
Right? The hell was that?
Sounded like two dogs going.
Fighting over a bone.
Oh,
my bone. No, my bone.
Yeah.
But,
no.
There was no the love interest wasn't the same. I agree with that.
I feel like in the original, they built up that love scene, like the chemistry between them more, and this one was just kind of thrown in there almost.
That's true. Like he didn't have this. They were there wasn't the same chemistry.
No.
I agree.
Maybe that's the difference between the actors. Maybe the actors didn't really have the best chemistries.
Well, I mean that's true. I mean maybe, but I don't know. She didn't Well, in the original, she was really into Dalton, and this one doesn't seem like that.
I mean, how could you not like?
I would be all up into Jake. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
No, Patrick. How could you not like Patrick?
Exactly. I mean, he can ride horses. He can sing. He can rip people's throats out. He's the total package.
He's got the hair.
Patrick Swayze's a man's man.
Chris, it is the best Patrick Swayze movie out there ever.
I agree.
It's like Roadhouse, Point Break.
Oh, you put Point Break over Dirty Dancing?
Dirty Dancing ain't. I'm not even sure Dirty Dancing's in my top. It ain't even the top three.
Come,
It's like
come
it is
on.
Roadhouse, Point Break, Red Dawn.
Okay.
I was
Yeah,
gonna say Red Dawn better be in your top 3.
Red Dawn, yeah.
okay.
But Point Break and Roadhouse are better. I don't even
You got
know.
Ghost too.
Ghost is really good. Black Dog was just not that good. Next
he
to
wasn't
Kid
the star in Black Dog, was he?
of what? Yeah, him and it
Oh,
was
okay.
him and
I thought it was like Stallone or something.
no, it was him and Randy Travis.
Oh my gosh.
Randy Travis is a horrible actor. In fact, I would put The Outsiders as my number 4 Patrick Swayze movie. Then maybe I would do Dirty Dancing. I don't know, he was a creep in Dirty Dancing. He was like all creepy. Creeping on some teenage girl. Gagung. Gagung.
I need to watch some Patrick Swayze movies again.
Swayze was the man. He really was. He had number 1 movies. He had a number 1 song.
What was the song? I forget.
She's like the wind. Which we
Was it
always
only
say.
number 1 because it was him?
It was him. Her body close to me. Can't look in her eyes. She's out of my league. Just a fool to believe I have anything she needs. She's like the wind. Yeah, pretty good.
Beautiful. Beautiful rendition, Chris. Keep it up.
It's on the Dirty Dancing soundtrack, I think.
Wow, you had a solo on the Dirty Dancing soundtrack. Guys, you never know who you'll know.
It is a really good soundtrack. God, you had Hungry Eyes by Eric Carmen. Eric Carmen.
Uh-huh.
Eric Cartman?
Eric Carmen. Eric Carmen had Hungry Eyes. You had I've Had the Time of My Life by Bill Medley and Jennifer. I mean, it was just a great soundtrack.
I had the time. We're gonna get sued.
We're gonna get sued by Patrick Swayze's family for ruining that song.
Now we're gonna get sued by his ghost.
It has nothing to do with with licensing. It was because it's just a shitty rendition of his song.
You're never allowed to sing again.
But Jake Gyllenhaal didn't sing for Roadhouse, sadly.
Failure.
I mean, did Patrick Swayze sweet? He didn't sing in that Roadhouse, did he?
No, he didn't either. But
No. Okay. It was just on the soundtrack. Oh.
Dude, Chris, you gotta watch Roadhouse. You're gonna love it.
The new or the original?
The original.
yeah,
the
just
Should
original.
I watch? Should I watch the new first,
Yes.
and then like, oh, this isn't that bad, and then watch the new one, and I'm like, oh my god, this is amazing.
That'll never happen.
No. I mean, watch the new one first. I'm like, okay, this ain't bad. Then watch the original and be like, oh my god, this is amazing. That's what I should
Yes,
have
that's
said.
exactly what would happen.
Kind of like how if you watch Red Dawn, you watch the
I'm
new
curious.
one.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm sure you'll like. I think you would like. I think you would like it, the newer one more than most people because you haven't seen the original one. But and then after watching the original one, you'll be like, oh, I know. I can understand why people don't like them. I would think.
Dude, like
I
the
think you'd
movies
enjoy
that
it.
came out. Think about the movies that came out in 1989. You had Batman, Major League, Ghostbusters 2 came out, Roadhouse came out,
Roadhouse.
Lethal Weapon 2, Field of Dreams, When Harry Met Sally, like Christmas Vacation came out, Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. Like that was Pet Cemetery came out, Glory came out, Dead Poets Society, The Burbs. Like that's huge. That's a lot of good movies in 1 year. We can't get that many movies in 2 years. Honestly.
Well, now it's more about quantity over quantity or quality.
Dream Team is a very underrated Michael Keaton movie. Black.
You're underrated, Michael Keaton movie.
I mean, that's just License to Kill. There was a Bond movie that came out that year. Just a lot of stuff.
A good Bond movie at that.
Back to the Future Part 2 came out. I mean, now I remember why I was at the movie theaters all that Weekend at Bernie's, Tango and Cash. I was Uncle Buck. No wonder why I was at the Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
Holy. This is
Say
all
anything
or whatever.
Huh?
What year is this? All of that.
1989. Karate Kid Part 3, which isn't that great, but it's not bad either. UHF, Weird Al Yankovic's movie. His mistake was coming out the same weekend Indiana Jones did, but that's a great movie. Sea of Love is another great movie with freaking Al Pacino in it. Turner and Hooch. There you go. There was a Freddy Krueger movie came out. Cannibal Women in the Avocado Jungle of Death. That is on my list of movies to watch for Notbusters, actually.
When did that come out?
It came out in 1989.
Oh my gosh.
There was just a lot of good shit. Who's Harry Crumb is a freaking great movie. You find
who is Harry
owner
Crumb
of this crazy. You find the owner of this crazy typewriter. You've got your kidnapper. John Candy. He's this bumbling private detective. It's so funny. Because somebody sends they send a ransom note, like somebody gets kidnapped, right? And you know how they used to take like different letters from like magazines and newspapers and tape them together. And he goes, "You find the owner of this crazy typewriter, and you'll find your kidnapper."
I've seen that.
That's funny. Oh, January, man, that's good. That's got Kevin Kline in it. What a time to be alive. And like you had like a wide variety of movies. You know what I mean? Like they weren't all like superhero movies, or you know what I mean, or special effect movies. You had you had a wide variety of. I mean, Roadhouse is very much practical effects everywhere. You know what I mean?
That's what you think.
It's the truth.
100% AI generated, all of it.
They didn't have AI back then.
That's like what blew up
buildings.
That's what
they
they
don't
want
blow
you
up
to
buildings
think.
anymore. It's all AI. Now they blew shit up back then.
They blew up a freaking water tower in Kokomo for Terror Squad.
Well, that was going to come down anyway.
I know they was coming down anyways, but why not make a movie with it?
I agree. I think we should have a party and watch Terror Squad.
We need Tim to come back to Kokomo so we can watch Terror Squad. Mikey, have you watched Terror Squad?
No, I've seen clips of it on YouTube just because I heard about it, but I was like, no way. And then I looked it up and I watched it for a little bit. I was like,
well, it's like the Cone Palace is in it.
Well, the funniest thing is like they'll be downtown Kokomo, then 2 seconds later they're in the middle of a cornfield.
Oh yeah, they were downtown Kokomo. Then they were out on Lincoln Road near the high school, and then they were north of town. It's all.
Then they were by the nuclear generator.
They end up at Hoosier High School. They take a class hostage.
Good old Hoosier High School.
Good old Hoosier High School. We gotta watch that. That's a great movie. I enjoyed that. It's a great horrible movie.
We need the riff tracks guys to do it.
I've got the VHS of the movie. I own a VHS copy
What's a VHS?
of Terror Squad. So
I didn't call anyone. Did you guys? Speaking of VHS, did you guys see the TikTok about someone trying to explain a landline phone?
no.
There, like, there's this girl like, she was complaining. She was like, I was babysitting these two kids, and I had to. She was a nanny or something, and she had to run to take the youngest one to like a practice or something, and then she needed to call back. She needed to get a hold of the other two kids at the home or something, but one of the kids like phone died or something, and she couldn't call the house, and she was like, there should be a phone hooked up for the house for everyone, and someone stitched it and was like, oh, they're talking about a landline phone. Like he was like, oh, how old am I? Like he was just like, oh my god, they don't like. We've gotten to that point where nobody knows about a landline phone, and it just hurts.
I love when you show kids like a rotary phone and they have no idea what a rotary phone is.
Or I've seen the one where they said like they'd be like, how what would it look like if you're talking on the phone, and like the older people will have their pinky out and their thumb out. Like
Oh
phone,
yeah.
and then the other one will just have like their palm.
Their whole palm. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've
Like,
seen that.
the
Isn't that
younger
crazy?
generation, yeah. Like I'd definitely go with the pinky and stuff like that's how I would.
So do I.
Yeah, I do the pinky and the thumb for the phone. Yeah, other ones like hold up they're holding a block to their face. That's too funny.
Yeah.
Or how they roll down a window.
Oh yeah.
They push a button as opposed to doing the.
I still do the crank thing.
I do too.
Because everybody knows what that means.
Well, not kids.
Yeah, and some of our newer employees at Gridhawk, they have the Nissans with the crank, but manual windows. It's hilarious.
Does your truck have manual or the crank windows? Or
no.
You have electric?
All buses have cranks.
When I first started though, I had the Nissan with the crank.
Oh, really?
Manual. Yeah.
So do they get in the truck and go, how you roll down the window? Or do they automatically know you crank the window down? No.
We lost him. I don't know. That's a good question there, Chris. Well, I'm waiting.
Do they know how to roll down the window if they get a truck with a crank in it?
Yeah.
Okay. They don't go, how do you roll down the window? They just know to automatically turn that.
Crank it. Crank that bitch.
You should crank it.
Oh. Anybody watch anything else? Do anything else they want to talk about?
No, watch Star.
I know Tim was wanting to know. I guess it was probably about a month or so ago when I watched Halo. I finished Halo.
Oh, about time.
Yeah.
What'd you think?
It was awesome. Absolutely spectacular.
See, didn't you hate it, Chris?
I hated how it ended. This is the last episode we're ever doing. Talk to you guys later. Now, I really thought. The second season was good.
If you don't like the last episode, you must not like Halo. So, I mean, that's really what it comes down to.
I don't like how it ended.
It just
it was literally like bleeding Halo the entire episode. From the way they check the corners, from the weapons they use, from like Master Chief being a straight badass whooping. I
Yeah,
think
he
it,
was John. Yeah,
I
he was
watched
like
it. I
John
watched
Wick
it
with
in
the
slow
Covenant.
motion. I watched it in slow motion. Master Chief took down
They
like 15 elites in the ship. By the way,
No, I
with a
liked the
pistol.
action. I'm not complaining about that. I don't like how the story of it. Like they they completely glossed over the fall of Reach. It was legitimately one episode.
It
And I
was a few
feel like they
episodes.
did the Flood dirty. I feel like the Flood was kind of like
I love how they introduced the flood as like a virus that they let out.
Yeah, I
That's
like that.
yeah,
literally
but
how it happened.
they didn't
The
find it
only
on
difference,
Onyx as a shield world.
yeah, but
Onyx was They
there's
didn't
still
find it on
flood.
Onyx. They found it on the Halo. That's where
No,
they were first introduced.
yeah, that's where they were first introduced, but there's still flood on the Shield worlds because that's
Not on Onyx. No,
where they were
the
studying. I mean,
on On
you can't try to match the show with the games. It's not going to work. You can't do
I'm
it.
at least trying to
You gotta
match
just
it where.
so you just got to take it as it is, like as the new story
And
that,
then
that it is.
why is this girl linked to the Grave Mind?
I don't. I'm not sure if that's the grave mine. I feel like that's the not the didact. Whoever the
The
other
librarian
the librarian. I think that's the
or
librarian talking.
Mendicant Bias?
Because when that woman is talking, she says they want they want to they don't want to subsume you. They want to do what. So it's either grave mind wanting to turn her into another grave mind, which isn't out of the realm of possibility,
No, because that's what they
or
did to Captain Keyes. They turned him into a proto Grave Mind before the chief
or
killed him.
or I think it's the librarian because she does say like they. So it's either the grave mind is messing with her and trying to like trick her into becoming a grave mind, or it's the librarians like trying to help her.
I don't know. I don't. I know I'm one of the ones that preach you got to break it apart from the show, from the game, from the shows. But I just did not like how they just glossed over the fall of Reach.
I think like the flood were pretty terrifying in there, and we saw like pretty much baby flood. We didn't even really get to see like any like battle forms or anything like that because they didn't have time to.
No, we didn't even see infection forms. We just saw the fungus,
Yeah,
the virus.
which is just because I feel like they didn't have enough time to they haven't had enough time to like mature yet to become those big grotesque forms. I'm kind of curious as how Miranda's gonna get out of her present situation.
Yeah. And I'm also kind of upset how they killed Keys, like her dad.
I mean,
I know
he went
he
out
went
in
out
a.
like a boss, but
I was gonna say with a cigar in his mouth, and I mean,
I don't
he
know.
went out like a boss. So
I saw a really good I think YouTube video, but it was like you saw I forget the class of ship that Pillar of Autumn is, but you saw in that last episode you saw a ship that looked like the Pillar of Autumn get lanced by that Corvette or the carrier, the Covenant carrier,
yeah,
and I felt like that was kind of like them putting a last dagger into like the story, like the regular hate the games in the book story, because they kind of just like jacked up a Pillar of Autumn in the background.
yeah. I think it was like one of whatever kind of ships those are. I don't want to call them forerunner ships. Obviously, they're not forerunner ships, but
The Covenant ship, the one that lanced
no,
it.
no, the whatever like the Pillar of Autumn classes. Like
Uh,
there's multiple of those ships. Like
yeah, it's not the pill.
Chief
It's
escaped on one crashed at the beginning of a Halo.
That's Pillar of Autumn, and the one the Chief escaped on was Pillar of Autumn and Reach. The Pillar of
Um,
Autumn is a Halcyon class, Halcyon, Halcyon.
now the one that's at the end of Halo 2.
Oh, that's a Corvette. That's a smaller ship. That's the
It's the name of the mission. I can't think of the name of the mission.
An Amberclad.
Yes.
It's a light frigate, while the Pillar of Autumn's a heavy frigate. The Pillar of Autumn's like 100-year-old ship too. The Stalwart class light frigates are newer. Like the Covenant War was so bad for the UNSC that they were bringing ships out of mothball to try to just throw them at the Covenant. Can I just say how badass Halo ship names are? Like
I've always liked Stargates.
I don't know. Like so the UNSC, you got the Song for the
It's way
Dying, the
better
Wink
than
of
Star Trek.
Grin. Way better than
No,
Star
not
Trek,
Star.
way better than Star Trek
Star-
Wars.
I was
You
gonna
got the
say Stargate. I think Stargate had the best ones.
I guess, but like just like the hold on, I'm trying to find some Covenant ship names.
They're they all have like clicks in them.
So what was up with the girl that was with the Arbiter?
Maquis?
Huh?
Maquis? She's like
Yeah.
she has Forerunner DNA. I think they
That's
switched it from
Oh, the
normally-
Forerunners were like the ancient people that kind of built the Halo, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Normally in like the normal Halo, every human can activate like Halo rings and stuff like that, which is why
because we have
with his face, the big brute guy was trying to force that they activate the index in
beta Halo.
3 or whatever it was. But in the show, I think they made it more like in Stargate, where only a select few people ended up with this DNA that's left inside them. And I think Maquis and Chief are at least 2 of them. And I'm feeling like Miranda's probably going to be a third one.
I feel like they're kind of explaining that a lot of the Spartans that survived are have it, because that's
Well,
like what Halsey was
Spartans.
after.
There's only one Spartan left right now. It's Chief.
Well, didn't what's her name survive?
Kai?
Kai, yeah,
I mean, she's not
Linda.
dead,
It's Linda.
but she's
I know she's
floating
in like
in space.
cryo. Linda's alive. Kai is alive, but it's Linda. The one girl that stayed on the one planet's alive. The pirate guy, he's alive.
Yeah, but we're never gonna see what's her face. We're never gonna see Riz again. If we see Riz again, it's not gonna be for like till like season 4 or something
I
like
know.
that, probably. But she can't really fight as a worthwhile Spartan anyways right now, so
She's kind of broken, but they'll bring her back, I'm guessing.
Bannock's dead.
He died like a badass. So I just want to. Some of these Covenant ship names are like badass. You got the Shadow of Intent, Seeker of Truth, Long Night of Solace, Lawgiver, Splendid Intention. I just love Covenant ship names. But yeah, I do like Stargate ship names. You know, the Hammond and the Odyssey.
The hand job.
Daedalus,
Atlantis.
The cream pie.
the Daedalus, huh?
Daedalus class. The O'Neill with 2 L's.
Money shot.
Anyways, on that note, you can catch us at Pod Nerds on Twitter, Hoosier Nerds on Facebook. You can watch and listen to us on YouTube and your favorite podcasting sites: TuneIn, iTunes, Spotify, and Amazon.
There you go.
And you'll never wonder who's your nerds.
That's